This is President Jason Wright, and you're listening to Rambling About Washington.
What's going on, Washington football nation? We didn't get the victory yesterday, but we got to talk about it. So today I got on the show my guy, Big Douglas McCray from the Big Douglas Show. Welcome to the pod.
Rio, thanks for having me, man. First time. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah, man. Let's do it, man. Woodbridge boys, 703, Woodbridge, Virginia, stand up.
Right.
Hell yeah. So where'd you
We're in
watch
the
the game?
building.
Where'd you watch the game yesterday?
Just at the house. We moved down to North Carolina, Carolina Beach area 6 years ago. So I like watching the game at the house if I'm not at the stadium. I don't like people all in my ear. The wife knows the game pretty well, so we just sit together and watch it.
Well, that's what's up, man. I was there at the game yesterday. I promise you, it was too damn hot yesterday, man. Like, I thought in the second quarter, I thought I was going to have a damn heat stroke, and there was not enough good football being played at the time to be sitting there in that damn heat. But what were your overall takeaways yesterday? And since we've had a night to think about it, how do you feel right now?
Uneasy.
I
feel uneasy right now. Because I don't know what to think. You know, we thought it was going to be defense. It was not. It's an odd thing, right? It was not defense yesterday. They held what I think is going to be a really good offense to 20 points.
Yep.
And again, we're in a league now where you hold the other team to 20 points, you're supposed to win that game.
Hell yeah.
Every time. So
Absolutely.
I don't know. I'm uneasy about the current situation.
Yep. And with the big news, we're like FedEx Field, like that shit needs to be demolished today because the karma in that building is fucking terrible. So just to start things off, we have a sewage pipe in the stadium that broke, and there are fans getting drenched by water, dirty ass water in their seats, and they eventually had to relocate them to the president's suite. And then on top of that, we lost another fucking quarterback to this damn stadium. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Insane, and that's not a quarterback that gets injured.
Hell yeah, this is one of the most durable guys over a career we've seen. He fucking broke his hip. Like, Jesus, like, are we ever going to catch a fucking break in this stadium?
No. And they redid the field, so technically it's not the field's fault, right? I mean, that was a thing forever, the shitty-ass field. But they just replaced all the sod, which was supposed to be really nice grass. That's a man that got replaced many times in his career, but not because he got injured. It was crazy to me.
Oh, yeah. And what's even crazier, I just want to point out the fact that fans, we got to work on fan etiquette. I don't care how much you fucking love the backup quarterback. When your starting quarterback is on the ground injured, you do not cheer and start chanting the backup's name. That is fucking ridiculous, and that is not something I stand for. I was there, and I heard it firsthand. Like, that's not what we should be doing. Like, great fan franchises, you're not going to see that at a Steelers or Packers game. Be better than that. Like, be better than that.
It was disgusting.
Hell yeah.
I had heard about that. And they were fighting in the stands again, too. If you want to punch each other, do it out in the parking lot.
Yeah, and it was our fans versus our fans.
That shit in the stands is ridiculous, you know? People bring their kids to that game. You would be punching each other in the face. Don't punch those guys in the face.
Hell yeah. Like, some people, like, they drink too much at games. That's why I stay away from all that shit. Like, if I would have been drinking inside the game, I don't know, I might have fainted in that heat yesterday. But we lost 20
That's
to 6.
another reason I like to watch them at home, because I like to put down a couple pops while I'm watching.
I like it. Yeah, the vibes from at home were probably better. I probably wish I watched the game from home yesterday because it was a sad-ass long ride in traffic after the game. So we lost 20 to 16. We were up in the fourth quarter until the turning point of the game, Antonio Gibson's fumble. Let's start with things we liked from the game. What did you like from what you saw out of our 2016 loss yesterday?
William Jackson, I thought looked really good.
Yes.
I think he looked fantastic. I don't know. I've gone back and watched that Terry McLaurin catch like 7 times now.
Ooh.
I still have no fucking idea how he comes down with that thing.
Nope.
I mean, I thought it was a pick. I was yelling at the misses. This fucking guy right here threw an interception. And then Terry's up running around the ball. And I'm like, no, this guy made the fucking catch of the year already.
That shit was unbelievable.
So I was stunned by this. So those two guys are on my good list. It was hard to get excited, but Gibson had some nice runs.
He did. He looked good. He was getting some tough yards.
I would have loved to sit here and tell you that how great Gibson was, but Gibby turned the ball over twice, once on the 5-yard line. So it's hard to put him on the things you like list. Even though without the fumbles, he'd be on there. So I don't know that's kind of where I'm at. I thought the offensive line played well, not great. I think they run blocked really well. They didn't pass block for shit
at all. And
maybe that's it. Maybe
there's not too much
that's
good.
It for the good takeaways.
I'll say good takeaways from the game. DeAndre Carter looks like an actual returner. Like he can catch the ball.
That's a great point.
He can catch the ball. He always goes north. He never starts dancing. He catches it with ease. It doesn't look like he's gonna muff it every time he catches it. And he can move. Like he can move. He looks sharp in that number 1 too. William Jackson looked exactly as advertised. It wasn't a perfect game. There was a couple plays late that he gave up, but he was very consistent and was easily the best player in our defensive backfield yesterday. The safeties were solid as well. Cameron Kerr, I don't know why he only played 37 snaps. When he was he looked great. Like Jack Del Rio, we're going to get to things we don't like in a second. I'm going to come for Jack Del Rio in just a second. But the safeties and William Jackson, they were fine yesterday. They were about the only things fine on our defense yesterday. And offensively, Gibson ran the ball hard, like you said. Logan Thomas just looks like a natural tight end. Terry McLaurin wins his route almost every time. I just pray this man can get some consistent quarterback play because, why would you want to be here long term when you're playing for 4 quarterbacks a year? You're winning your routes and doing your job all the time, and the ball can never get to you. And it wasn't like a great heroic performance, but we got to talk about the quarterback. Taylor Heinicke came in, 11 for 15, 140-some yards and a touchdown. I would have loved to see him get the ball back with 4 minutes to go and have a chance to win the game. But, I mean, he gave us what we usually see. He was electric. He threw some ducks because that's what he does. He doesn't have a strong arm. He was electric, kept plays going. The play where he shoveled it off to Terry, that was fucking awesome. Great. Like, he's great at improvisation. Like, he's a great improv quarterback, and he brings energy. I don't know how long we're going to be able to protect this guy because a couple times I thought he was going to come up shaking up when he got hit. And behind this line, I'm not sure, but I hope he can do something. What'd you think of Heinicke's performance when he came in?
What they call those guys gamers, right? He's a gamer.
Oh, yeah.
He gets in there and I'll give him this. People thought I was hard on him in the offseason. Wasn't hard on him. I just expected the Fitz would win the job and play all year. But I think he's capable. He's one of those guys that brings some energy and buzz. You can kind of feel it when he ran on. It looked like the other guys got a bit excited to see him coming out too when he got in the huddle. Now, maybe that's just because they were re-energized because they knew it was go time after Fitz goes down. Sometimes an injury will do that, but it feels like it's more about Heinicke, right? I think guys like him. I thought he did well. I mean, I think that's kind of what he does, right? Hops in the game. He's been with Sky Turner for 6 years now in some shape or fashion. I mean, he ought to know the offense pretty well.
He better.
He's the captain now, right? As the line goes. So I mean, that's it. Good job.
He got to pull up on Fitzpatrick in the locker room, just snatch the captain's patch up off of him. But that sucks, though, man. Fitzpatrick, 1 quarter, and he got no protection, so he didn't really have a chance. I feel so bad for him because he didn't really have a chance. It's either he was getting fucked up in the back. He was getting fucked up as soon as he dropped back, or the receivers were dropping the ball. De'Ami Brown, the rookie. So we can get to what we don't like now. And number 1 for me, the rookie class. That was not a good debut showing from our rookie class. Jamin had a bad game.
No, it was not.
BSJ had a bad game. De'Ami Brown had a terrible game. Cosme didn't have a good – he had like a terrible pass grade through PFF, even though I don't take that as the end-all, be-all. Man, that's what I'm going to start with not liking. Like, Jamin is off the field.
And Coach said it, right?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Rivera said it. Said the rookies, the young guys played young on Sunday. Problem is when you put all of your eggs into the young player basket and the young players play young, it's a problem. You know? So I mean that's what we saw yesterday. You know, my co-host always reminds me we're in year 2 of a rebuild. Yesterday looked like year 2 of a rebuild. There's a lot of young guys all over the field. Diami looked good. The knock on him was that he's a one-trick pony and runs fast down the field. Right. He did that. Oh, yeah. He would have scored a touchdown if the man hadn't grabbed him. That was a touchdown. So he's got to work on route running. But they hadn't planned on him being a route runner anyway, right? I mean, he was not supposed to get this kind of time.
He wasn't supposed to be that, but he looked like he could do it in camp. But it is a different thing once you get out there with a full starting lineup of players and a good secondary on the other team. But, yeah, man, it looked really bad.
How about that Derwin James? That kid is a freak.
Freak of nature. They have a really good defense. Their linebackers are fast. Their secondary.
But yeah, okay. And the other young guy, I mean, Diary's fine, but you know what I was disappointed about? Well, I mean, Cam Sims, where was Cam Sims at? How many snaps he get?
I think he played something crazy, like 2 snaps yesterday.
Like, I mean, I don't get it.
Yeah,
I have no idea. And Humphrey's got all the snaps, and to your point, it might not be everything, but it's worth looking at. Horrible PFF grade. Horrible.
Yeah, he did.
I don't even know what the offense looked like in the first quarter. And I don't know how to be mad at Scott Turner yet because he is yet to play a quarterback 2 games in a row.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I didn't like he is very fucking
People
predictable.
are hard on him, and that's fine, but what's he supposed to do when he's got a new quarterback playing every 15 snaps?
He has gotten very like, I expect us to run on first and second down on every possession. And he has to cut that shit out. Running on second and long is so stupid because you are automatically just accepting we're throwing on third down instead of setting yourself up for a third and manageable. You know exactly what we're doing. I had my section laughing because I kept telling you, run up the middle on this play. 2nd down and 10, run up the middle on this play. Like, there was no versatility in the game planning. But my next thing I want to call out I'm not even going to give Scott Turner on my what I don't like list. I'm going to give the defensive coordinator, though, because Jack Del Rio was getting way too fucking cute with his rotations. I don't know if they're out of shape. I don't know if it's a conditioning issue, if dudes are getting benched, but there are way too many premier players on this defense coming out on third downs, on key situations, and in the fourth quarter. Curl playing 37 snaps. Jamin did not touch the field on a third down. I don't know what we were doing with somebody. Chase was out at times. I don't know why. Neither of our edge rushers wanted any smoke with Rashawn Slater. He was just bullying the shit out of both of them. Like, both of them, just taking their food all day. They had no pass rush plan against him. And I don't know, man. Like, it was a very sloppy, defensively coached game. All I've heard all offseason is how this is an elite defense. This is an elite defense. That D-line faced an O-line with 4 new people, and they got their shit taken all day. Like, what are your thoughts on what you don't like about the game?
They got smashed on. It was unfortunate. It was unfortunate to see. And you point earlier, all offseason, we were told about Collins and Cam Curl. And the whole game yesterday, it was Bobby McCray. And that's fine. I was just surprised that we didn't see any of that in preseason and got a ton of it yesterday. And again, I just don't know how John Bostic can be on the field.
I don't know.
I just don't. I don't know. I mean, you've seen the clip, I'm sure, of the 3rd and 16 play.
Of course.
It was nowhere close to where it was supposed to be. And if the idea that you have Bostic out there because he's a smart player, and I'm not saying he's not, he wasn't anywhere close to being in the right position. Right? I mean, if that's why he's out there as far as IQ and his acumen for playing football, then he should have known where to be at. and it might have been somewhere close to the sticks, not wide into the right. So I don't know. And your point, Jack Del Rio thought he was the smartest man on the field yesterday. He got his ass kicked. Ron Rivera, 0 clock management skills. None. Yesterday. And you know, it's interesting that Kevin Sheen said a long time ago, coaches need to have like a clock management coach that's there all the time. And I think this is interesting. Here's the why. You know, coaches don't look at games from beginning to end. They watch them in cut-ups of plays because all they want to know is, does the play work? Is it effective? How do we fix it so it's effective in no time? They get no feel for rhythm and game flow. He had no idea when to take those timeouts yesterday. It was so frustrating.
Oh, yeah. Like everyone should have.
Coaching staff got their asses kicked yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that Antonio Gibson fumble, like we are actually up in the fourth quarter. We're up in the fourth quarter. We come off this amazing interception by William Jackson. Like I could see it from a mile away. He knew exactly where the ball was going. He made a break on the ball as good as any corner I've seen us field in a long time. And he got the crowd went crazy. The electricity at FedEx Field, it was outstanding. And then all of a sudden, the whole building, the air just got sucked out of the building, and people were starting to head out the door because Gibson fumbled right on their goal line. So they only had to go like 5 yards. Literally, as much as that offense walked up and down the field on our defense all day, they only had 13 points up. And we gave a gimme touchdown to them.
I wanted to ask you that too, since you were there. How was the crowd?
Oh, the crowd was good. It was fun. I will tell you this, the lower bowl was fucking packed. Like there was a lot of people. There wasn't seats available in the lower bowl, and there was a good amount of Chargers fans, but we definitely outnumbered them. But for most of the game, we didn't have much to cheer about because we were getting our ass handed to us, or at least it looked that way in the first half because they were walking up and down the field on us, and offensively, we got nothing going. We're just dropping passes, getting sacked. And then we had the big Gibson run. That's about it. And, you know, but now the crowd was good. The electricity was back. It was great to be back around all the fans. Tailgating was fucking awesome. And the atmosphere of the game, that Gibson fumble, man, it just hurt so much because we were like, we didn't deserve to win that game. And we just handed them the game. Like we didn't, makes me so mad. And then
that's it. That's the weird thing. We say this every year, right? But that game was winnable. It was a winnable game. We were in that thing up until the very end.
I would like
and who knows what happens if he doesn't fumble? Because to your point earlier, Heinicke was not bad in that game.
He was not. He wasn't bad.
I thought he brought a spark. I mean, frankly, they weren't good when Fitzpatrick was in there either. So I mean,
I mean, Fitzpatrick didn't even have a fucking chance. Yeah, man. But man, I just want to be able to retire the cliches. We beat ourselves. They didn't beat us.
I know.
I'm sick of those days.
And the other one that you hate saying all the time, which we say all the time, is we need a quarterback.
Oh, my God. We fucking need a quarterback.
It'd be nice to not say that anymore.
And we need to get in a new venue because, I don't know, it's the karma. I don't know. We changed the name, football gods. Leave us alone. Why does a quarterback have to get hurt in this building so much? Like, when was the last time we went a year without an injured quarterback, man? This shit is nuts, man.
I still had color in my beard.
But speaking of, we need a quarterback. That team on the other sideline does not need a quarterback. Justin Herbert is fucking phenomenal. I seen him up close. Seen this guy standing next to Chase. First of all, he's huge. He's huge. His arm is insane. It's out of this world, and he just does things right. We managed to somehow keep him out of the end zone most of the day, but he did whatever he wanted with our defense, and he had time to do whatever he wanted to with our defense. And it must be fucking nice for the Chargers that the whole league scouted Justin Herbert wrong, and they've been gifted a franchise quarterback. You know, sometimes with some guys you say it's still early. He could still bust. I am 100% positive this guy is going to be good for a long time. He does that. He checks all the boxes.
We had we had Doug Williams on the show earlier today. I asked him about that. I said, did the defense get outclassed, or is that guy, just a monster? And he said, that arm on that guy is sick. And he just put the ball, his back shoulder fades. He was throwing, the receiver had already turned around and was ready. And Doug felt pretty confident that that kid's a monster, and he just did what big boys do in big boy moments. So maybe we'll look back on this thing at the end of the season or halfway through the season and say, listen, 20 points to that offense, we were fucking doing something and just didn't realize it. They're going to be really good. Going to be really good.
Hey, this schedule gets really tough, so we cannot lose this game on Thursday to the Giants.
And I had always said that this Giants game was more important. This Chargers game would have been nice. It's not in the division. It's not even in the conference. So you can kind of say, all right, whatever. It was not. It was a judging point. But this Giants game is huge. I'm taking a look at the next couple games after that. But it's, the Bills, the Chiefs, the Buccaneers, the the Packers.
Yeah, the Saints and the Falcons ridiculous. Game aren't gimmies. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, we have to win this game. We have to finally fucking beat Daniel Jones. They did not look good at all versus the Broncos yesterday. But one more question before you go. Should we give Cam Newton a call now?
No, and they're not going to. You already ranted on this, so I won't take up too much of your time because you had the answer. Yeah, no, listen, they've had an opportunity twice to get Cam Newton. They're not going to bring in Cam Newton. We talked to Doug about that today, too. Cam's not a backup. He could say whatever he wanted on that little press release that he did there the other day. He's not, and that's why he's probably not going to catch work either, because I don't think you bring Cam in, sit on the bench. And I don't know. Just no. There's no way that they bring in Cam Newton.
Yeah,
not going to happen. They're going to roll with the two that they got, and that's it.
Oh, yeah, but, yeah, he is he's just a big person that, like, he was correct. And, like, I watched the whole sit down with him and his dad. That was actually well produced, by the way. That was cool. I enjoyed it. But he said my aura, like, my personality, everything that comes with being Cam Newton, it is too large to be sitting behind someone. But I don't know. With Heinicke and Allen being the only – I think the team is the downplaying the severity of Fitzpatrick's injury. The timetable is 6 to 8 weeks. I don't know. I feel like he's out for the season. I feel like he's going to be out for that. He's 38 years old with a hip injury. Yep. I don't see, and with a position like quarterback where hip movement, like your game is predicated off of hip movement and footwork, I don't see him coming back at this point. So we're riding out the rest of the year with two guys that knows the offense, but it's Heinicke and Allen.
If one of those guys get hurt, then I can see bringing King. I can see it then. Because,
at that point, you have to. Hell yeah, at that point, you have to. And I'm going to knock on wood. Heinicke hasn't played. Like, that was the first game yesterday he's ever played without getting hurt. He gets hurt all the time. And with the way that he leaves the pocket sometimes earlier than he needs to, he just anticipates that he wants to run sometime. Like, we have to be wary of it. And we signed Kyle Shermer today to be a practice squad quarterback. We might have to put –
I like him.
Yeah, he has a little something to him. We might have to add a third quarterback to the active roster because Logan Thomas is going to have to play quarterback if both our quarterbacks go down in one game. Like, and it sounds far-fetched for some people when I say that, but we've dealt with that shit before. We've had two quarterbacks go out in one game before. So we might have to keep three quarterbacks going forward. But is there anything else you want to touch on about the game? I think I've got most of my shit up. Oh, I just also wanted to say, Kendall Fuller, you were ass yesterday. Do better than that, bro. Do better than that, man. Anything?
Him and the linebackers were all open cheeks. Yeah, he didn't play well. The linebackers played horribly. I don't know. Time has made me not feel quite as bad about that loss on Monday. Still a game they shouldn't have lost.
Definitely. And we still can't cover linebackers. That's how it's been my entire life. We made Jared Cook look like fucking Antonio Gates. But, hey, it is what it is. It's one game.
It's Ron's decision. I'm still with him. I personally would have spent the extra first and gotten Fields, just for what that's worth.
Oh, man. One day we're going to get a fucking quarterback. One fucking day we're going to get a quarterback, man. Also, it did hurt a little bit watching the Rams last night and seeing Matt Stafford just sling it around the field, knowing that we were that close to getting him here, man.
And give them credit, they tried.
Hey, they did try. I appreciate that. I appreciate us being in on all the veteran quarterbacks. And Mike Silver brought that energy on the show, so I'm going to pray that him and Ron can use their Cal Bear power to Will Rogers to D.C. next offseason. But go ahead and plug your stuff. Plug everything. Please. Go ahead and plug your stuff about your show, your social medias, and we can get out of here for today, man.
Big Doug Show on Twitter and Instagram, The Big Douglas Show on YouTube, and wherever you get your podcasts from. Episodes air on Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday. Rio, thanks, buddy.
Hey, anytime, buddy. Y'all doing great work over there. Shout out to you and Pooh. But y'all know where to find me, Rambling with Rio Robinson on YouTube, Rambling About Washington on all digital streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple, Google, everything, the whole nine. You can follow me at Rio_Robinson91 or my pod page at Raw Podcast W Rio. Hopefully we have a victory Friday coming after we beat the Giants on Thursday. Cross my fingers, because all hell is going to break loose in town if we start fucking 0-2 after all the optimism we had going into the season. Until next time, hail to the nameless football team. Deuces.